What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Degen podcast. So, as you can see, your boy Pay Tully, I told you to stay on me. I told you to relax. I said last week I wasn't doing too well. This week I came back. Big win for me. I believe I went 11-6 or 11-5. I'm sorry. Had a couple weird wins, a couple weird games. The Baltimore game is kind of tough for me. I mean, it went to OT, so you can only win by 6. So that one stunk. The Carolina game. I guess you're a shocker for Eagles. I don't know, but I mean, I'm upset with my boys at Carolina because I do like Carolina. I'm upset with them. Also New England, Houston just surprised me. Las Vegas, I got surprised with Chicago as well, and just Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota let me and Liam both down. They still won the game, so obviously they don't really care if they cover the spread, but stinks for me. But had a big pick with my Buffalo pick, and I had a couple other big picks with the Pittsburgh pick. I was nervous about that, but I'm happy. I went overall 11-5 and 2-1 in mortal locks. Same thing for Liam. Liam, you got anything to say?
Oh, not really. Not a great week, not a horrible week. Still over 50% for the season. Feeling good about that. And I do like the board this week, so I'm excited to get into it.
We'll go over also, as you can see here, our win percentages. I am just shy of 50% at 48.75, and Liam is sitting just above it at 52.5. So overall, we are kind of hitting our year goal so far, only 5 weeks in. But yeah, let's get on to week 6. Okay, so week 6 starts off on Thursday night against the Eagles, Tampa Bay. And this smells to me like a little bit of a rat line, to be honestly. I feel like everyone wants me to take Tampa Bay. And guess what? I know if Richie, you're listening right now, your team is still freaking awful. The only reason why I think this line is so close is because they played Carolina, who everyone still thinks is good. They might be a disappointment team. Fuck them. I am going Tampa Bay here at -6.5 and locking that bad boy in.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. I'll be on the other side of that. Tom Brady might not play. He injured his thumb, so he won't be practicing this week probably, even if he does play. The Buccaneers have played close games in prime time since Tom Brady arrived, and I feel like that's just what it's going to be, a close game. I don't expect the Eagles to win, but I see it as like a field goal game. So I've seen it at +7 a bunch of places. Obviously, I'd feel a lot better at that number. But yeah, give me the Eagles.
Tom Brady being hurt does scare me.
If it's Blaine Gabbert, like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but that team is still really good. And also, I didn't hear that Lane Johnson just went out, and that front seven is elite. So good luck to Jalen Hurts, who I think is trash. So
it's a short week.
Sticking with that. I'm sticking with that. Now, this is another game, too, that I was kind of looking at in the beginning. I wanted to take Jaguars, right? I wanted to do it. But I keep going back to the fact that Urban Meyer has completely lost that locker room, and they're just bad. So they don't have the coach has lost the locker room, and they suck. That's a horrendous combination. I think I don't know. I think my first instinct said to go Jacksonville, and I think I'm going to stick with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm going to go. What's up?
It's a hard pick. It's a hard pick.
Yeah, this was in contention for the coin flip game of the week. I just don't really know anything about either of these teams. I think they're so bad. Jacksonville almost got their win last week on Thursday Night Football, and the win is coming at some point, but I think it'll come at more of like a surprising stage than this. I just have no idea what to do with this line. I will not be touching this at all. Mm-hmm. But I think people still think that the Jags are way really, 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 really bad, and still have a little bit of faith in the talent that Miami has, but they still don't have a quarterback. Like, Tua's not playing probably, and Jacoby Brissett isn't the answer there. As we've seen, they've been awful. So yeah. I'm just going to take the Jags plus the points, and we'll just see what happens. I have no feel on it. I'm just picking a side really here.
I might take the under. That might be the play. The under is pretty high at 47.5-ish. That's relatively high.
I do feel good about this. Give me the Jags. It's a London game. The Jags always play in London, and they always play better in London.
That's a good point too, actually. And I completely forgot about how they do play always good in London. Still, I mean, and again, if Jacoby, I'm at the point where if Jacoby Brissett or Tua play, and this sucks for Miami fans because the 5th overall pick in the 2020 draft. If either one of them play, I don't really care that much. I think they're both like, equally not great. Two, I guess, is a little better, but I still don't think any of them are great. So yeah, I'm in the boat for Jacksonville. Stick with my original plan. Now, this is a game also. It's at Bear Stadium, but to be totally honest with you, Green Bay, yeah, they might have had a little bit of a letdown with the Bengals game not being able to. I mean, it did cover because it was a push on both sides, but I still think Green Bay is a better team. Obviously a better team than the Bears, but I think the Bears aren't as good as the Bengals are. That defense is better than the Bengals defense, but I just think the offense of the Bengals is much better than the Bears offense, and it's a little better there. I think Green Bay can probably have their way with the Bears. I'm going to go Green Bay at -4.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay too. The only thing I'm thinking about really here is just like Aaron Rodgers, like him and Devontae Adams finally started clicking. I think that they like to beat up on their rival, and like the soldier field difference doesn't really make a huge impact on the way I lean here. Like Aaron Rodgers has played there tons of times. Aaron Rodgers can shut down your crowd with a couple of throws after you get loud on third down. I think that's what he'll do, and I think they'll beat up on the Bears here.
Agreed. Okay, now we're gonna go over to our boys, the Giants Rams game. This is actually depressing. We are a home team and we're at +10 or 9.5. I get it. We should be. The only thing I'm gonna say here is like Danny has already so if Mike Glennon plays, yeah, this hits 100%, 1,000% this hits. And I would bet money if Mike Glennon plays. But the only problem I have here is that Danny has been he's been throwing around a little bit. I think he's gonna play. If you remember last year in Pat Mahomes, and I was the playoffs or whatever, but it was also like Pat Mahomes got hurt and he got a bad concussion and something similar. Like he stumbled a little bit. It was weird. And everyone was like, oh my God, how does he play? And then he played the next Sunday. Again, I understand it's the playoffs and this is a week 6 game. I still think Danny's going to play. And if Danny plays, I think him and KT, I think he's got enough to where he can cover. We're probably still going to lose, but it's a big game. It's a big spread. And if Danny plays, I think we can cover. So I'm going to take us at +9.5. I'm a clown show for it, but it's fine.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first time I'm not going to be on the Giants all season. Give me the Rams. Yeah. I mean, even if like Danny didn't practice today, he threw the ball back and forth with the Mike Glennon for a few minutes. That's not practicing. Even if he comes back in, he's going to still be a little shaken up. He's not going to truly be Danny. We have no Saquon. Kenny might not play. Shepard might not play. The offensive line is deteriorating. Like, is Andrew Thomas going to be back to 100%?
No.
Like, too many questions. I'm taking the Rams. They're just going to go into Sean McVay, I'm going to kick the shit out of you mode. And there's nothing that we can do about it. Because, look, we just gave up how many yards on the ground? Over 200, probably around 200 yards on the ground. Rams can run the ball with the inside zone scheme, and Stafford can dip and dot us all over the field because James Bradbury can't cover anything right now, and neither can the rest of our secondary. So I just think that the Rams kick the life out of us. I don't know what the line would have to be for me not to take the Rams.
It's tough. It's tough being a Giants fan. It really, like, I don't know. It's depressing. I'm just depressed about it. But I have my boys playing tonight. Rangers is score Rangers. Okay, on to the next game. We got Minnesota at Carolina Panthers. And like one of the Panthers gonna kind of pick it up because I was a Panthers boy, to be totally honest with you. I was all over Panthers boy. But I think I'm gonna go. I kind of feel like I'm agreeing with the Vikings right now, or with Colin. It makes me scared. But I kind of like the Vikings. I think the Panthers right now, for some reason, are really suspect. I think Sam is being a little suspect. I think everyone's being a little suspect on that team. So I'm gonna go back to the Vikings at -1.5 to close spread. So yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings at -1.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the Panthers +1.5. I just really like how good Carolina's front seven has looked. I don't like J.C. Horn's not back, but they picked like maybe I don't know if Gilmore can come play this week. Henderson probably will be playing this week. They've gotten after the quarterback so well. So I really like what they'll be able to do there. Kirk Cousins, like, just can have a really bad game, or he can be dip and dot Kirk Cousins, but I really don't think that's happening. It happens once in a blue moon. And Christian McCaffrey's back. So that should make a difference for the offense. So I'll take the Panthers as the underdogs to a team that I think sucks, but somehow wins games.
All right, I can respect that. And that's also what Colin kind of said. Kirk Cousins isn't mobile, and the Carolina defense, the only problem is if they're mobile, susceptible quarterbacks. You're agreeing with Colin, scary, but I like that. It's a close game. Now, here's the game where I don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's a big comeback game for Kansas City. I don't like Washington. For some reason, Washington's defense is now a problem. I don't really get it. I don't get what I'm looking at where it's a problem. Everything's the same, and they actually added more players that everyone thought were talented, and they're not good. Maybe it's a coaching thing. I'm not totally sure. But also Kansas City, their defense has been suspect, and I don't really believe that much in Washington's offense. So I think this is a kind of a rebound game for Kansas City, and I like Kansas City here at -6.5.
Yeah, I have Chiefs written down, but I think I'm gonna take the Washington football team. They've led the league in quarterback pressures over the last 3 weeks. So I think that defense is getting right a little bit. Landon Collins is coming back as well as one of their cornerbacks. So, I mean, that lends itself to the defense improving a little bit. Although Landon Collins isn't great, he's a good, strong safety around the line of scrimmage. Kansas City just lost Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I know it's not a huge deal to some people, but he won't be there. Mahomes doesn't look like himself right now. And if it's a get right spot, like the Chiefs never cover. They usually win, not this season, but they never cover. So I think they win by like 3 or 5 or something. I think the Chiefs win, but I don't know about by 6.5. And if it gets up to 7, I feel more comfortable with it. But I'll just take the Washington football team.
I respect that. Now we're going on to another big game, and I'm actually kind of surprised too, like what I'm looking at here. So I don't like the Ravens are cool, but I think the Chargers, like, wow, I don't get how the Chargers are not the favorite here. Yes, it's a home game for Ravens, but I don't think the Ravens are even anywhere close to skill level as the Chargers are. And my buddy Aaron, I know he watched this video and got mad at me. I'm picking the Chargers here plus 2.5. I really like this pick a lot.
Who are you taking?
Chargers at plus 2.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the other side of it. And it's, again, exactly what Colin said, which is a little scary. But, like, the Chargers kind of bleed on the running side of the ball, and the Ravens haven't really been gotten going, like, as far as running backs. They keep mixing it up, and it's not going great, but here's the place to do it against the Chargers. They're at home, I believe, as well. Yeah, they are. And Lamar can always run the ball, and they just chew clock. So I think I'll just take the Ravens here, less than a field goal. Yeah, I feel fine about it. And also the entire world is going to be on the Los Angeles Chargers.
But sometimes the world can be right. Sometimes.
Yeah, but usually, like, more times than not, they're wrong.
Fair enough. I'm all over the Chargers, so welcome to my world. Now we're going to go Houston, Indianapolis. And I don't know if this is your coin flip game because you love betting on Houston, but also you love to flip the coin on the Colts. So is this your coin flip game that people want to know?
I don't even know, did the Colts lose for me last week or did they win? That's what this comes down to.
They covered. Yeah, they covered.
They covered?
Yeah, because
yeah. Wait, did I take them though? Yeah, I took them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be the coin flip game of the week. I don't have my coin. I gotta flip something else here. I'm out of my usual element.
Well, you can just tell Siri like heads or tails.
Yeah, I don't have my phone with me either. I'm gonna flip this key. It has symbols on both sides. So the side with my house address on it is the home team, which is the Colts. So let's see what happens. We're taking the Houston Texans.
Agreed. I'm taking them as well.
Awful. I would have hated ending up on either side of this, honestly. So that is what it is. But coin flip game of the week now, 1 and 2.
I actually like this game a lot, to be honest with you. Well, not a lot, but I like this game. I don't think the Colts are like that good. They haven't really shown me that much. I know the Texans are bad, and I shit on the Texans a lot, but the Colts haven't really showed me anything to be like, yo, you deserve to be a 9-point favorite any game. That's why I'm kind of going with Texans right now.
Right, but I think Jonathan Taylor could just be like, yo, what's up? 250-yard game.
That's also true. That is true. But Nyheim Hines, he's also there as well. So now I'll go into the next game. We got the Bengals at the Lions. I like the Bengals here a lot. I have a couple Bengals players. I have Joe Burrow, or I have Joe Mixon, and I have T. Higgins on my fantasy teams, and I like this game a lot. I think that offense, so the Lions just don't have cornerbacks, and the Bengals have really good, talented wide receivers that can really go down far, like with Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is a great player. So I like the Bengals weapons here going against a Lions team that just doesn't have weapons. I know it's a home game for the Lions, but I'm going to take the Bengals here at -3.5.
I'm taking the Lions here. I hate the Lions. I bet against them all the time, but I'm tired of them covering. I think they could lose again on a last-second field goal, and Dan Campbell could cry again, but I'd cover.
Breaks
Do
the
I
heart.
care?
It breaks the heart. It really.
I felt bad for him and the boys. I did. If you're in that locker room, you absolutely love that guy.
You have to. The man cried on you for you in front of the national television. I agree.
Yeah.
It was depressing.
I just think that like the Lions D is decent, and like Burrow and his weapons are decent, but I think they'll keep them in the game. They've kept like everybody to pretty like relatively low scoring, except like the Packers ran away from them, I guess. But
and the Niners too ran away from them a little bit, but they got close.
Right, but they've been able to put up points in those shootout games. So they've been kind of hanging around with everybody, and the Bengals have played super close games too. So I think I'm just gonna go with that narrative and think it's gonna be a close game, and I'm getting over a field goal.
Fair enough. All right, now we're gonna go obviously into the first 4:00 game, which is a fantastic 4:00 game here with the Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns. And to me, I was just gonna say I like Cardinals here, but the Browns have an amazing front seven and they've been playing well, but the Cardinals have also been playing well. Who have the Cardinals really played that has, they played Nick Bosa and the Rams, and they played, so that offensive, my biggest fear here is the offensive line, right? The biggest fear here is why I don't want to take Cardinals that offensive line. And the defensive line for the Browns has been playing fantastic. Myles Garrett has been lighting it up. I don't know how Jadeveon Clowney stats-wise has been doing, but I can't imagine that him on the other side hurts. So, but I think I'm going to go Cardinals here at +3.
I love the Browns here.
Yeah.
I think the Browns are going to run all over them. And that Browns D is going to be a little bit of a playmaking defense this week, come up with a couple picks against Kyler, and then have an 8-minute drive that ends in a touchdown. Chandler Jones is on the COVID list this week. So I'm gonna be on the Browns. Give me the Browns.
This is information I need to know. This is information I need to know. That's depressing. But you know what? I agree. Browns minus. I like that. I'm going to stick with my Cardinals pick, but that's a good pick. It's a good pick.
We'll see how the line moves too.
Have to respect it. All right, on to the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Broncos. And now originally, if John Gruden didn't email everyone like an idiot, I would have picked Raiders here, but he did. And I don't know who the interim coach is. I remember I was listening to Dave Portnoy talk about it. It's like, if you're gonna have an interim coach, he has to be like a big guy. I don't think he is a big guy with a mustache. So I'm gonna go Denver Broncos here. It's a weird pick for me, but that whole thing is a mess. Everyone is probably angry right now. Speaking of the Jaguars and how Urban Meyer has lost that team. Obviously what John Gruden just lost the team in general, and it's a mess I don't want to bet on, so I'm going to go Broncos here at -3.5.
Yeah, if the Broncos had caught like one of the 5 interceptions that Big Ben tried to throw to them on Sunday, like they would have spanked the Steelers. So I think that team is still pretty good. Teddy Two Gloves covers. He just covers. So I'll take 3.5 with him and let him do his thing.
I like Teddy there. Okay, so now this to me, I think is probably a pretty easy bet. The Cowboys are good. I mean, I'm not just saying that because they beat the Giants, but the Cowboys are good. The defense is good. Trayvon Diggs has gotten an interception every game, which is kind of crazy to think about. Now he's going against a rookie quarterback who, yes, doesn't throw the ball down the air that much, but still. So I like Cowboys here at -4. I think they're gonna. Yeah, I just think they're gonna beat them up pretty bad.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys at -4 too, but I feel like this is one of the ones where you just feel like you're getting baited so hard, right?
And everyone and their mother's gonna be on the Cowboys too, which I know you know that.
The world already bets the Cowboys. Like Vegas, like the Cowboys line is usually like inflated by a half point anyway, because they know they're going to get their value in just off people who bet the Cowboys blindly because they have a ton of fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, like this spread just smells so fishy. Do they think Belichick comes out and just like flexes on Mike McCarthy, who's I don't think is a good coach?
I don't think he is
Like,
either, but the team I think overall for Dallas is better. The defense is playing a lot better than I thought they'd play. Like they are. They just are. And yes, obviously Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time, and Mike McCarthy can't even be in the same room as Bill Belichick. But I think the Cowboys are better.
yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys. This line smells so fishy to me, though. I'm probably not gonna touch this unless like something comes out. Yeah, I don't have a ton of read on the Patriots, and the Cowboys are just good.
Yeah, fair. Whoa. Okay. Now this is a surprising game to me. Primetime game, Seattle against Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're telling me the Pittsburgh Steelers are -5. Like, yeah, Seattle's had its days and haven't been great, but there's Geno. Totally forgot about that. Pittsburgh, you can put Pittsburgh in for -5 for me. Geno Smith is not the guy. He is not the answer. He'll never be the answer. And I'm gonna go with Steelers here -5.
Give me the Hawks. I like the Seahawks. No, yeah, this is like in super lock contention.
But it's Geno.
Right, but
Ben's bad. I get it, but it's Geno.
Wait, no, I actually have two sides this game. So Big Ben is like actually fucking awful.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Like I love me some Big Ben. He used to be a GOAT, but like he just doesn't have it anymore. And again, like I said, if the Broncos caught one of the 5 interceptions he tried to throw to them, they'd probably win that game last week. But also, like, I'm afraid, I heard someone talk about it when Aaron Rodgers got injured a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and the Packers went from like being one of the best teams in the NFL to just like looking like a team that would go winless or like get beat by Alabama. Just when Aaron Rodgers got injured, like, is Russell Wilson that guy? What else does that team have? They have DK and Lockett, but who's getting them the ball? And the defense is shit. So I have absolutely no feel on this game.
You took Shallow quickly though.
Right, yeah, but I just wanted to be different. Give me which way is the line moving? So it went from 4.5 to 5. So people are betting the Steelers. I'll take the Seahawks.
Be different. Be different. That's fine. It's a wild pick. It's a wild pick. Betting on Geno. Okay, so this is a game 2.
You're betting on Big Ben, bro.
I know I'm betting on Big Ben, but I'm betting
What's the difference at this point? What's the difference at this point?
Najee, that's all I'm doing. Like, I mean, I'm just betting against Geno. Okay, we're gonna go into this game. It's Bills -6. It's just Bills -6. I'm riding the wagon.
Is that not the smelliest thing of all time, though?
It could smell all at once. I don't care what it smells like. I'm taking that 100%. The Titans don't have a cornerback, and what does Josh Allen do? Murder corners. He murders corners with his arm. I don't even think this is close. I don't think this is gonna be a close. It's gonna be kind of a shitty Monday night game. I mean, we go to schools where there's a lot of Buffalo fans, so it should be fun to watch with Buffalo guys. But this is even close to me. I think it's gonna be Buffalo -6. And it's
right. The other thing, Buffalo's been like murdering the quarterback, and the Titans' offensive line has been terrible. So that's just another reason. Like, I have to take the Bills, but it's so smelly.
I'll let it smell all at once, but
they could have put this at 8.5, and the same amount of people would have bet the Bills.
Yeah, that's true.
But all right,
but we're taking it. All right, so let's go over our mortal locks. Liam, do you want to start off?
I'll give you one.
Give it to me. I want to hear it.
Carolina against the Vikings +1.5. Love that. Give me that. Chris McCaffrey. They get after the quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a pumpkin. I love it.
All right. I'm gonna go with my first one is Tampa Bay. Fuck for Eagles. I think they're so bad. I would have took that bad boy at -10. I would have took it. So give me Tampa Bay at -6.5. It's gonna make them a mortal lock. I'm excited for it. I'll go with my number 2.
No, it's my turn.
All right, take it then.
Rams -9.5. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, family. But it had to happen. I just think it's a lock. Giants, we're injured. We have no morale. As a fan, I'm done with the season. I'm sure the boys are feeling the same way. Hot seat. People are going to get irrational. Rams are a machine. They eat us apart.
Yeah. the season is over. A lot of paperwork is already filed for guys' jobs.
Yep.
It sucks, but it's what it's like being a Giants fan, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know. All right. I like that game too, especially if Mike Lennon plays, but I picked Giants, so because I think Danny's gonna play. I'll go on to my next game. I'm gonna make it this game that we just looked at right here. I like the smell. I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills at -6.5 is my next mortal lock. I think they're really good.
Yeah, I was gonna take that one honestly, but I don't want to hop on your
Okay.
bandwagon. And I said it smells so bad, and I don't want to be smelly. So give me the Cleveland Browns.
Huh. I like that pick too. That's not a bad mortal lock as your third mortal lock. So you're going Rams, Carolina, and Cleveland. Oh, here's my next game that I think is an absolute mortal lock. I forgot
Dallas
about it.
Cowboys.
No, I forgot about it. I almost didn't do it. It's going to be the Chargers against the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens they are good when they have a lead, and I don't think they're going to get this lead. And I think this is the kind of team, Justin Herbert's the kind of guy where he could throw you out the stadium. So I'm going to go Chargers here at my third mortal lock. And honestly, I like all three of those. Make that into a parlay, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to hit. That'd be pretty dope. You get a 6-way parlay going on. You got a couple of dogs, you have 2 dogs you have 2 dogs and 4 favorites. So that's going to give you a couple dollars there, making a parlay. But yeah, I hope I'm feeling the board. I felt the board yesterday. I got to just be one with the board. I don't know with your feeling how you are with the board, but I was one with the board last week. And I'm excited for this week, to be honest. There's going to be a couple good games, a couple real good games, and a couple stinkers, a couple real good.
Yeah. I was looking at the board on my way down to class this morning, and I was like, I kind of like this guy. But the more he sticks around with me and just like gestates and I just like run through scenarios in my head, I'm like, I don't know, that's a little funky. And then I start smelling those smelly lines, and I just feel like a little smelly boy. And I don't want to be a little smelly boy. But the mortal locks I feel great about. There's a couple other games I like that I didn't lock. You like the Chargers, I like the Ravens. We're on different sides of a few games. But yeah, I mean, I hope to have a good week, and I hope everybody has a good week betting, except you, son.
Bet responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.